For everything comes from him and exists by his power and is intended for his glory. All glory to him forever and ever. In union with the Apostle Paul in the above passage, my dear brothers and sisters, I wish to acknowledge my indebtedness to God and express my special gratitude for him for all his wonderful graces in my life, especially by allowing me, as unworthy as I am, to be made a cardinal in the Catholic Church. Since the announcement was made by His Holiness Pope Francis on the 29th day of May 2022 to create 21 new cardinals, one of whom was me, I have come to the fuller understanding of God's words through the prophet Isaiah. As the heavens are higher above the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Unquote. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 9. My dear brothers and sisters, the news broke out while I was on pastoral visit to St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Norfeja, one of the parishes in this diocese. When the priests who were with me related this to me, I initially thought it was a joke, only to eventually realize it was true. Since then, I have been in deep prayer to God to enable me serve God and humanity well as a cardinal in the Catholic Church. My dear brothers and sisters, it is always the Lord who takes the initiative to call us into different offices in the church and society. For those who trust in him, it is also by his grace that they can respond appropriately to him, human weaknesses and shortcomings notwithstanding. I am therefore confident that the Lord will never abandon me on the way. He alone can transform my weaknesses into strength. An Igbo proverb has it that okenye si nwata jide nkakwụ ga-enye ya mmiri ọ ga-eji megene kwa aka ya. An adult who sends a child to capture a shrew will surely give him the water with which to wash his or her hands afterwards. I thank you for gathering here today as a family to offer thanks to God for his love to us. Some of you already made a huge sacrifice, traveling to Rome to witness the event of 27th August, when Pope Francis created the 20 of us new cardinals. Your presence here is also a great sacrifice to make. Given the current economic and security situation in our country, you could have had excuses not to attend, but did not. It is a manifestation of our conviction that in God alone lies our faith, and to him, like St. Paul said, be all glory forever and ever. May I salute Francis Cardinal Arenze, Anthony Cardinal Okojia, and John Cardinal Onekam, who could not attend due to some obvious and unavoidable reasons. Also, the nuncio, the Pope's representative in Nigeria, is not here because of the reunion of all the nuncios with the Holy Father in Rome. Today is their main day. Our brother nuncio, Archbishop Jude Okolo, also is there. We were all together in Rome a few days ago. Your Grace, the President of the CBCN, Most Reverend Lucius Iwejuru Ugod, we were together, and I know the sacrifice you made to be there, physically present, and today you are here. Thank you so much. And now you are the President, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria. Your Grace, Most Reverend Valerian Madoko Keke, my own Metropolitan, the Archbishop of Onitsha, Your Grace, thank you for being there for us. Thank you for being a father to us in this province. Your Graces, your Lordships, all of you present here, and those who could not make it, including those of other Christian denominations. His Excellency, the Governor mentioned Bishop Ekwe and others. Thank you so much for coming. My dear brothers from the Anglican Communion and possibly others from the Pentecostal denomination, I heartily appreciate your encouragement and support. You have proved yourselves worthy brothers to me and have encouraged me at the most difficult moments of my episcopate and even now. May God strengthen you all the more in your pastoral witness in your dioceses and places of apostolate. My dear brothers in the priesthood, religious men and women here, you are here in your numbers. I appreciate your presence, your prayers, and good wishes. Your number speaks volumes about the blessings of vocation in this part of the world, as well as its challenges. Together in the service of the gospel, we can make a huge difference. May I thank in a special way my brother priests of Ekulobia Diocese, who are my closest collaborators in the service of God's people in the diocese. I am deeply indebted to you. It gives me joy that you see the task before us correctly as a common one, to be born in union with me and with one another. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being good brothers. The consecrated persons in the diocese have also shown their resoluteness in supporting our common mission in the diocese. I thank you for the work that many of you do among the faithful, sometimes hidden and unnoticed. May I also acknowledge and thank His Excellency, the Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. He has spoken. He's my senior prefect. He was and still is my senior prefect. Thank you for being here. The Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Onyeka. The Deputy Governor, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you. I may not succeed in mentioning all your names, but I must recognize the Deputy Governor of Imo State is here. The pillar is hiding. Your Excellency, welcome. And the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, he wished to be here physically. Thank you, Your Excellency, for being here. Honorable members of the legislative houses, federal and the state. If I begin to call names, I may omit some, but I must recognize the distinguished senator representing me in the Senate, Senator Ifeanyi Oba Patrick. He's representing us, Anambra South. He was in Rome and he's here. We also recognize the person representing us at the Federal House, Honorable Chukwumu Moji. Those representing us, I'm talking, when I talk of us, I mean people from this side of the world, from this constituency, Anambra South, Agwata, and then at the local government level. They are all that distinguished people here gathered here. Honorable Oseloko Obaze is here, representing His Excellency Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State. He was there in Rome and wanted to be here. I know why he is not here physically present, but spiritually, he is here. Thank you for representing him and being here in your own capacity, because I know, even if the governor were here, you would have been here yourself. The clerk of the National Assembly, Barrister Francis Chinedu Akubeze, is also here. My Lords Temporal, members of the State Executive Council, let me not mention names so that we save the time for other activities. Members of the academia, captains of industries, traditional rulers, especially the Igwe of Ekulobia, Igwe Engineer Emmanuel Onyeneke, Igwe Ekulobia, Igwe Amois, Igwe Raphael Okpaleke, my own community. President Generals of town unions, the knights of the church and their ladies. In a special way, I recognize the presence and welcome my dear faithful from the Catholic Diocese of Ahira who are here. When we were in Rome, I had the privilege of addressing a group of Nigerians and friends who gathered at the Urban University where there was a reception. And I made it clear that the church in Ahira Diocese remains very dear to me. Because I know that I, Peter Ebere Okpaleke, remains the second substantive bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Ahira. And I thank God that the church is still alive in that diocese. Thanks to God and thanks to those who are faithful to God and to the church. I recognize the presence of all Hallows old boys, especially the Ahoba 77/82. You're welcome. The Ahobites. The old boys of Oga Boys Secondary School, Oga, His Excellency the Governor, already recognized you. Ndi Amoisi niile from my community. Ndi Oga, ndi ikwu nnem. Ndi Oga, den nanu. Den nenu. That's how my people greet their ndi ikwu nne. I'm on the ground. And of course, for you to lift me, you know what it is. What we follow. But you are equal to the task. So thank you for being here. Members of the media, thank you for covering what we are doing. The security personnel, the health personnel, all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, your personal and group contributions since my episcopate and the creation of Ekulobia Diocese, as well as towards the success of today's event, is exceptional. I am humbled by your level of generosity and goodwill expressed both in cash and in kind. I pray the Almighty God to reward you most abundantly. Indeed, since the creation of our diocese on March 5, 2020, we have all journeyed together as a family of God's people. I have received an unprecedented love, support, and goodwill from people of God, both within and beyond the diocese. Many have supported with their prayers, pieces of advice, provision of services, or financial resources. All these have helped to make the work easier for me. I am aware that you make all these contributions on account of your faith in God, not just because of me. I recognize the enormous sacrifices made by the leaders and members of the different lay associations and organizations in the diocese. To be sure, our mission as a diocese is accomplished. The laity council, the knights of the church and their ladies, the CMO, CWO, Sion, and HCA have been exceptional in their support. In a special way, I thank you, my dear children, for coming out in good numbers. Omaka, Omaka. Omaka, Omaka. Omaka, Omaka. God loves you, and we love you. As we were planning for this event, I invited you in a special way to come and rejoice with us, to come and share our joys, to come and witness the vibrancy, the life, the joy of the church into which you have been baptized. I expected about 1,000 of you, but our records show that you have exceeded the 1,000 proposed. of the children of this diocese. Thank you for being here. I still cherish the memories we shared together. On the 13th day of August, I had a full day with all the children of this diocese. It was an interesting day. Today, many of them are here. Thank you for coming. And I thank the animators and the PMS director and the Holy Childhood coordinator and all of you working so hard to make sure that these children are caught young for Christ and kept for Christ. That's our priority in this diocese. Catching the children young for Christ and keeping them for Christ. To our friends from other denominations, I am deeply humbled by your presence and worthy solidarity. If we all as Christians become authentic witnesses to the faith, we can be an unstoppable force and irresistible source of light in our country, currently undergoing untold and unprecedented suffering and hardship. His Excellency the Governor had prayed here, and we echoed amen, that a new light, a new dawn comes down in Anambra State, in Nigeria, and in our world. May I also appreciate our non-Christian brothers and sisters, our non-Christian brothers and sisters who are here today to jubilate with us. We have one Father in heaven. As his children, let us unite to produce a united, livable, and loving human family, conducive for everyone, no matter his or her creed and color. Lastly, my dear brothers and sisters, I wish to thank all the organizers of today's event who have worked around the clock to make it a resounding success. The Chancery and Secretariat staff, the reception committee, friends and other people I do not know, but who worked so hard by donating money, sacrificing their time, leisure, and ideas to make this day feasible. The Lord will reward everyone accordingly. In a special way, I thank the Cathedral Parish, the Cathedral Administrator and his team. Some of you who were around here a few days ago will really agree with me that I never imagined that it will come out this way, the environment where we are celebrating. Thanks to those who put in everything possible to make this place come to this level. So, Administrator, convey my sincere appreciation to the Cathedral Council and all of you who worked so hard, including the architects who drew this place, this particular edifice, Architect Charles Ebudom, coming from Lagos each time, not only giving us the design, putting in his money, coming, supervising, and doing everything, mobilizing people who render services to give us a good place. Thank you. Convey our appreciation to your colleagues. Just note that my heart is full of inexpressible joy and appreciation for this singular honor given to me. I promise to use my office to serve God and humanity better. Please, my brothers and sisters, pray for me always to be faithful to God and his church. Once more, thanks, and may God bless us all as I wish you safe journey back to your various destinations. God bless you all.